What's up, everyone? Welcome to another live Live to Roll show. I just wanted to be Shawn for like 5 seconds, and thank you, Shawn, for that. And I'll hand it over to Shawn, our hostess with the most, and the creator of this channel,
Uh,
Shawn.
Thanks, Bobby. No, that was a great job. You did my little hand. What's up, everybody? That was perfect. So yeah, welcome to another Live Troll Live, guys. We're gonna be talking adaptive tools with Carrie from EaZy. We'll let her introduce herself and tell her story in a second here, and just hope you guys join. And we are gonna be doing a giveaway at the end of the show. So during the show, if you want to put in the chat number 1 through 100, we're gonna use a random number generator, and we're just gonna pick one of the live viewers to give a 5 pack of these awesome products, which I will try to show you guys on the screen as well here in a second. But yeah, we're going to get into it and talking some other cool adaptive products as well. So I'm Shawn Fluke. I'm a C5, C6 quadriplegic from a snowboarding accident 20 years ago. Bobby, why don't you do your actually intro, and then we'll let Carrie take it.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks. Bobby Rohan, C56. You know me, Southern California. Uh, Loving life, and enough about me, but we got a great guest. I just got to hear a little bit of a tidbit just as we logged on, and she was talking to Shawn. Man, it generated like about 15 questions, Carrie. So take it away so we can get started because I'm dying to itch away at some of these questions and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in your product a little bit.
Yeah, my name's Carrie Mellon. My home base is in Calabasas, California, and I have arthritis. I have worn out my thumbs, and I have very little pinch grip. And I've been a costumer in Hollywood for about 35 years, working on different television shows and movies. The last 15 years have been at Nickelodeon, where we've made a ton of costumes for people, and it's a lot of sewing and pinning and gripping and carrying heavy equipment and fabrics up and down ladders. And I really was wearing out my hands, because then on the weekends I have horses and a little ranch, and I'd be hammering and fixing fences and yanking around horses, and so my hands would get a lot of work. And I was on hiatus for about 3 weeks. I was going to be on hiatus, and I grabbed my broom to sweep out my barn for a party, and I could not hold onto the broom. The week prior, I had been sewing costumes for Ariana Grande as fast as I could, sewing foam noodles onto a spaghetti costume, and and I wore out my thumbs. So I'm going, this is really painful. I've got no grip. How am I going to clean out my barn? So I grabbed some duct tape, and I made a little cuff, a little loop on my broom, and slipped my hand in. And as I was sweeping, I'm thinking, okay, I need this for my broom right now, but what else am I going to need this for? I've lost my grip in my thumb. I'm thinking, my toothbrush, I'm going to need it, my tennis racket, my horse equipment, other things in the house. So I wondered if there was anything out there on the marketplace. So later, when I was talking.
Oh, we lost Carrie. I'm not sure what happened there for a second. Maybe just a connection or computer error, but I'm
Or
sure she.
maybe a power bump.
Or power,
That
yeah,
was
something.
odd.
Yeah, because I usually.
All right, guys.
There she is.
I know we're putting numbers into the chat, so put your number in there because we're doing a live giveaway. I imagine
Hi.
1 through 100,
There
so
you
we can do a couple. There we go, Kara.
go.
Hi. Later
Sorry.
at the party, my sisters and we decided to go ahead and develop this progress. We were all well over 55 years old, and we knew that we would be needing something like this to stay active. And that's when with the idea for little silicone handles. Let me put something more colorful. Silicone handles that you could put on anything. So here's the largest silicone handle, and here's the smallest silicone handle. And how it works is, if you have very little grip, finger loss, some kind of mobility issue, you can just tuck it onto a finger or a limb. It's really, really super simple. It's a little silicone strap that comes in many different sizes and widths, and it goes onto anything. So here it is onto a stylus, and here it is onto a drinking flask. And so basically it can go on any size drinking flask, from something as small as a kid's flask to your Starbucks to a large water flask. and then carries over into other objects you need to use during the day as well. Things like a hairbrush. This is one I use daily because gripping onto a toothbrush for the 3 minutes it takes to brush your teeth is really hard. So it's fantastic on a toothbrush. Things in the bathroom like toilet wands, deodorant, really easy. Even small objects that you might want to use like makeup brushes, makeup pencils, tiny little makeup pencils that where you might only want to use one finger. Like here is one thumb to use my lipstick. And it's super easy. You can just hook a finger, a thumb in, or tuck a few fingers. It carries over into every part of the home, from your bathroom to your kitchen. This is a really great feature because it can go onto a fork, a knife, a spoon, anything in your kitchen, like even larger spatulas and spoons. And then it can go right into the dishwasher. They're made of a really soft, flexible, 100% FDA approved silicone. So they can go right into the dishwasher just like this. And, or they can go into an autoclave. If you're at a therapy center or a hospital or a caregiving facility, they can go right into the autoclave so that people can share them. I mean, teachers, therapists can share them with their clients, patients, students. Goes onto, you can even for the kitchen, you can put them on foam rollers if you want to make your forks broader, harder, a larger handle. And then for working out, you know, you can put them on your workout equipment. I use them on my workout equipment. It's very easy to hold these, no dropping. On walkers, canes, mobility equipment that you need a little extra grip. And this is something also that even if you don't, let's say you have limb loss or finger loss, it just requires a limb. And so there's so many applications from arts, sports, grooming, any kind of physical outdoor activities, tennis, golf. It just sort of takes you from class to work to your outdoors activities. And so I think it's a very adaptable product, and it's affordable too.
I was gonna, and you can even you have a kids pack on there. I just thought it was cool that you put it like on an action figure for a kid that might not have the greatest hand function. You can use like a little action figure.
Yeah,
Which I
one
like.
of our
That's a creative. That's a cool idea. Like if you couldn't really hold that well, it's just a little better.
we get pictures every single day from parents who send us, oh my gosh, my child can hold his little giraffe. He's been trying to hold that giraffe and get it to his mouth since he was born. And so it really helps children to develop those and reach those milestones of bringing their hand to their mouth and feeling an object, tasting it, or holding a rattle and shaking it and hearing it. And it's one of the conditions that we see over and over every day from children is cerebral palsy. And with this tool, children can be holding something like a blanket, an action figure, drumsticks, musical instruments, crayons, just about anything. It's become a favorite adaptive aid for the classroom for children.
Yeah, no, that's really
And
cool. Super functional. And the one thing I was going to mention, sorry, Bobby, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'll let you
that's
ask.
okay.
I was just going to mention because back like when I got injured, to hold like the adaptive tools to hold a fork, utensil, pen, or anything, they're all like fabric materials that the thing slides into. So like
Yeah.
eating sanitarily, like I don't think that is a very great. Like if you're eating
No.
constantly using them every day, um,
Yes.
I'm sure you can.
And I know about that because
That's one thing I thought was really cool about you guys' thing is like
right.
machine washable and all that. So
Yeah, that was one of our very first goals because when I was in my 20s and I'd taken a test from a professor about what direction to go in life. It was the Briggs-Myers test. And it came out with two occupations. One of them was film and television. And I was already making costumes and actually for friends who worked in film and television. And the other was occupational therapy. I had no idea what that was. So I went and volunteered at Northridge Hospital in San Fernando Valley for what was going to be a couple of months, but it turned into almost 2 years because it was so fascinating helping people relearn how to eat or paint or draw or work. But the cuffs they had at that time were handmade of popsicle sticks and rubber bands and tape, or those horrible ones made of Velcro and elastic. And even at the time, I thought, this can barely fit a fork. And even if you use the fork, it's not comfortable and it gets wet with mashed potatoes. And so at that time, I was thinking there needs to be something better. So when I injured my thumbs 30 years later, and I thought to myself, gosh, I wonder if they've come up with something better since that 30 years ago. And I checked online and there hadn't been anything invented or innovated since Velcro. I knew it was time to come up with something better.
What years did you volunteer over there? Because both Shawn and I are alumni, and I was there 35 years ago. So, do you know when you
Oh,
volunteered
you
over
were?
there?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So I was about 23. I'm 66 now. So how many years ago is that? Like 35 years ago, 40, 30?
About the same time. Yeah,
I,
about the,
that's amazing.
yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna have
funny.
to look back exactly. Yeah, and it was so interesting. I remember just enjoying every day, and it was gonna be just like a month of research, and I was there for almost 2 years, just playing and helping and just learning, and it was so interesting. But the call of Hollywood is very strong.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I went full circle.
And the one thing, a couple thoughts of it. It doesn't require the straps and the Velcro that it sticks to everything, and you can get a little bit of it. It doesn't stand out as much. You can get a lighter color. You don't have to get the standout
Mhm.
color.
Yep. Yep.
You can match, your water bottle or whatever, and
Yeah.
so
We
that's
have
what's really
colors.
nice.
Yep. We have softer colors. In fact, we're coming up with some new colors. In the beginning, when we first brought this on the market, I really, really wanted it to be an accessory, a beautiful accessory, like a watch band or something like a colorful handle. I really wasn't interested in a skin color strap because I don't consider it so much of an adaptive tool as just a handle you could put it on anything. And I like pretty things. I didn't want what people consider flesh colored. I mean, there's a zillion different colors of flesh color, but I wanted something pretty. So that was kind of in my business model, is to make fun colors, especially since even though I invented it originally for me, an adult, the people we find actually who are purchasing the most are mothers for their babies, infants. I mean, 75% of the people who buy are children because every children is born now, and there are so many that just need a little bit of help to reach those milestones. And so, yeah, here we are. That's a great picture
Yeah, I was trying
for
just to show a few like that you had
skiing.
on your website. So these are all
Yep.
on the EaZy Hold website. If you check out some of the things, picture some of the products and stuff. But yeah, she's holding the skis up with them, and that's awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, hockey, baseball. I mean, some of the most fun videos we get are people playing baseball and having a good grip on that baseball bat with the EaZy holds. Oh yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
bike, baseball, lacrosse.
That's awesome.
Mhm. Bicycle riding is huge. I mean, who doesn't learn to ride a bike? But if you have limited mobility, limited grip, it's really hard. And this is super simple because your hand can go in, but it will slip out easily. You can get your hand in easily because it doesn't need to be tight. It doesn't have to be tight to keep your hand in there. There's plenty of sort of sticky friction. And you can hold it in so many different ways. Here I'm holding it with one finger. You can put one thumb in and hold it. There's just it's an individual sort of unique handle that will fit whatever your size is of your hand, limb, finger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually got a pack from Triumph actually, and I taught when I was at the sports festival. But this is one of the small ones I had, and I just have it on a straw right now. And
Ah,
it has a little rubber extender too to make the metal straw not as hard. But yeah, I've been trying to find different things I can use them for, and trying like just trying them on different things because there's a bunch of different sizes, and so
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Yep.
trying to figure out things that they help with because
Yeah.
it is actually helpful.
One of our favorite new things is going to the music fairs and festivals, because they go on to violin bows, drumsticks, gongs, shakers, all kinds of. We even have a strum adaptive. We call it a strumling, which is an adaptive guitar pick. Oh, there you go.
Except I don't have mine.
I know, Bobby, you need one.
It's so funny, and I kick myself. And you showed it earlier, and I'm sure there's a lot of us in the chat have probably come by your product a time or two, but I kick myself because I mean, for the most part, when it comes to electric toothbrush, and as I mentioned, I was injured 35 years ago, and when you're young, and I was 17 at the time, products, no, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to learn everything. So brushing my toothbrush, shaving, and all that, I don't do it. As time goes, there are two things that stand out. And one, I kick myself every day when I teach, I coach at the exercise class, and one of the things we do is a bar. So I mean, I got decent grip, but after doing it 20 times, and after a while, I'm like, oh, jeez, because that thumb, like you said, it wears out, and so I've been kicking myself every time I use my bar, going, ah. Why am I not getting that? And I know I've seen it on Amazon. I have it bookmarked. Just whatever it takes. And then also, I like, I don't like to do the electric razor for my head. I love the regular razor, and I do a pretty good job. But when it comes to the back, the razor starts slipping out of my hand, or the razor itself, the handle gets slippery. So
Yep.
even if you
Well,
got good grip, it
yep.
is something that you can use when things get wet. And so it's just nice to have an extra grip.
Yeah, and to that point, it's a really important point you're making, because these muscles on your arm are going to need much more work than your thumb muscles are going to need. Your thumb muscles are going to give out before the rest of your arm is done. You need to maintain the rest of your body strength. So you've got to give a break to those weaker parts. And for me, it's just giving my joints a break with the arthritis. Like, I got a huge inheritance from my family, but unfortunately it wasn't money. It was arthritis. And so I have to maintain the rest of my physique by using kind of weak hands, and I need help. I want to clean my whole corral with my rake. I don't have enough strength to do it in my hands, but if with an EaZy hold, I can do the whole job and still maintain my body balance. And for instance, let's say someone has a stroke and the doctor sends them home and says, you can still eat with your right side. You're fine. Your right hand is still working. But the truth is, if they don't continue to use the left side of their body equally, that causes a lot of back pain, neck pain, unbalance, muscle weakness. It will change everything about a person. So by putting an EaZy hold on a piece of weight-bearing equipment, or even on your garden hose, just water your garden. Yes, you can still, hoe the grass with this hand fine, but hold some weight with the other hand. And so this enables you to keep up, all your body parts to keep up with the one weak part you might have.
That's actually really cool. That's a great thought. So I was trying to find some of the workout pictures to share too. But I did also have where's that one that was really cool, the music one, with the violin and stuff, and then the tambourine. Oh, that's really cool. So
Yes, the music is huge. Music is huge, and it's a way for people with cognitive differences or cognitive challenges to participate with their peers, their family, other students. It's a way to be heard. Having music, playing music, creating music, it's an art form that everyone deserves to do, and a lot of times it's difficult for people. So this fits onto all kinds of different instruments for drumming, and bells and gongs and guitars and anything you can think of, actually, xylophones.
Oh, I'm sure. And, we got 28 people. So one, smash that like button if you're there. Hopefully you're liking the channel, you're loving the product, so smash that like button. But I'm sure 28 of them can name off three uses for your product, just like that. I mean, I can do it. You name it: kitchen, garage, car. Uh,
Yeah. One fellow says
that,
fishing pole. They're great on fishing poles.
That's a good.
mhm. Yeah,
Excellent on
and
fishing poles. Mhm.
yeah, and for myself, I'm a big love to barbecue, and uh, I think Leon, or who is it? I think one of our guys who's a big barbecue guy. Chris is in the house, so it's great, on the third time flipping some of the meat, you're like, ugh, okay,
Yeah.
and I have to take out my hand. So yeah, I mean, I just named off three: my razor, my dumbbell bar here, and also my spatula. That's just three that I can think of right away.
And if you were a cook or a chef and you were experiencing, carpal tunnel or arthritis or stroke or something, I mean, it goes on to everything. It goes on to a cheese grater, a sifter, a, the stir. What do you call it? The blender, the whatever that thing is called. But and in the bathroom, your blow dryer. I have a hard time holding, just gripping a blow dryer for the 10 minutes it takes to dry your hair. And so if you're somebody that wants to continue in your line of work, this is a tool that can go onto your, if let's say you're in a physician's office and you're doing ultrasound. We have people who buy them for their ultrasound equipment where you have to hold it and grasp it all day. And it's simple things like this that we're having to work longer and longer in our life to be able to afford to retire. The old idea of retiring at 55, 65, that's not going to happen. So how do we have a long life? Not only working in the workplace, but also playing. And so this can be very helpful in the workplace, whether it is you work in an office and you have small tools you have to use, or you're cleaning that office and you have large tools you have to use, or if you're working on a roof and you're holding a hammer all day long, or a staple gun or something like that, or taping boxes, things that you need to give your joints a rest, give them a rest, open your hands, and that tool will still be on your hand. And it leaves your fingers available too to do small things. If you're holding a hammer, which I don't have right here, but say you are, it is on your hand, you still have your fingers available if you want to place a nail or a screw. So there are reasons as you get more able-bodied, or if you're able to do things, that it would still be helpful to alleviate the stress and strain and lengthen your life, your joints' life.
Absolutely.
No, it's definitely huge benefits, and there are like a million uses, I feel like, for
I
different
know.
things. So it's
Yeah.
a really great, honestly, smart, cool product.
And another thing that I kick myself for not getting it very reasonable on your pricing, for your product, and that's what makes me more upset, because it's not like I'm spending, my whole paycheck on it, but it's very reasonable, especially when you buy the packets
hmm
that go on a bunch of different items, so different sizes, and I've seen the variety packs, correct?
Yeah, there are lots of variety packs. Here's a teacher therapist pack, and they come in packs of 5, 7, 10, and 2. We have 2 packs as well. And this is like an adult male hand. And we're also going to come out with a complete set in black. And we're also throwing around ideas for different colors. If anyone has a color they love, they're welcome to throw it out into the chat, as well as any questions that someone might have. Throw it into the chat. And I like this one. It says, it's like a second hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this person says my left side is the weakest, so weight is needed. And so yes, an easy way to weight bear is get out in the garden, hold your hose, and just water your garden, or actually put it onto a weight. Or it can go on to, if you don't have a weight, you can put it on a can of corn at home or anything you might have, and just lift that weight. You can even put these on your shoes and your feet, and you can lift weight with your shoes and your feet too. And we've seen them put onto bicycle pedals, bicycle bars, the workout equipment in the gym. It works well, especially like the long navy works well for that, the gym equipment.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, that's really cool stuff. And you mentioned the hand thing too. So like another really cool thing that I loved about meeting them and the company and just their whole motto mission, besides the tools being honestly amazing, is they're very inclusive on, they are trying to share and help all these other adaptive product companies. So they also are partnered with Functional Hand. If you guys want to check that out, it's actually like a little, it's like a bar that has like like a thing you can strap different tools in, but it also is hard to grip for somebody with limited hand function. It's just a perfect combo product. You use them together, and it's awesome. So like the Functional Hand, I have actually links in the description too, but that's just, there's literally so many uses because you can combine them with other things, other like you can make anything,
Yeah,
everything easier to
it
use.
works great. It's fabulous with the functional hand, and the functional hand gives you an alternative grip. If your arm movement is limited and you need a grip that comes towards you, the functional hand is a small tool that adjusts the access to your mouth or to the table, or if you're painting or drawing or eating or bathing. So it's a cool tool. Yeah, we started a mutual mentorship group for designers and entrepreneurs. Most of them are actual therapists who have patients who need tools. And there are some amazing tools with that. The functional hand is a wonderful tool. Is the mobility towel, which is a weighted towel so that you have limited mobility. You can draw it across your legs and back. If you cannot get your arms very high up, you can just lay the towel on it and it will dry you off beautifully. There's the Tossie chair pillow, and that's a pillow that you can take with you wherever you go, to the office, on an airplane, to work, and it is comfortable to sit in the chair and adjusts for your shoulders and head for napping or working. There's the AFO Assist, which helps you to put on your AFO. It's a fabulous tool. And there are a lot of adaptive equipment resources online too. There's the Adaptive Equipment Corner and Caregiving Corner, and they have all kinds of tools listed and wonderful aids. There's so many fabulous people out there creating tools and aids for those of us who need them. And I love partnering with them. So if you have any ideas or you have a product and you want to hit me up just to chat, feel free.
That's really great. That's what the inclusivity of everything, and because that's what we're about here at Live to Roll. Like we're not competing with what, like it's all about the community, raising everybody up. Like we're all in this together, and it, not just like like yeah, me and Bobby are like spinal cord injuries, quadriplegics, but like there's so many disabilities that all require some sort of different mobility aid or any other thing. Like there's just, we are all very connected, so in this world. So just yeah, I just love that you guys are so open to that. And I actually also added all those companies she mentioned. I do have in the description below, as well as Abilities and KFK Designs, which are two of our other quad friends that make the 3D printed different tools. Like KFK Design does a bunch of the adaptive gaming stuff as well. So if you need a game controller and you have limited hand function, stop at that one too. So lots of cool stuff. And also, we only have, I think, a handful of numbers in the chat. I've only counted 4, I think, that I've labeled. So anybody want to put a number 1 through 100, we are going to pick a number here at the end in about probably 20 minutes or so. And we're going to give away a 5-pack of the EaZy Holds. So
Yeah.
make sure
I see a question here. It says, are there rainbow colored ones or Dodger blue ones? I love the idea of a rainbow color one. We have like a rainbow color pack, but I think this is Dodger blue. Is this Dodger blue?
It's a little darker than Dodger blue, but
a little darker. All right, here's this.
You're more like what you're wearing is like the Dodger blue.
Okay.
But it's that brighter. But it's honestly the blue. The navy blue is a nice one too. That was a really nice color.
Excellent. And this person says, I have a knife set for active hand, so I cut it's supposed to. Oh, that's good. That's great. Love to bark. See those being useful. Yes, absolutely. On the brush, the spatula, the tool for putting on for cleaning the grill. 100%.
You said you partner with a lot of different companies. Our good friend Nico here is asking for a design. You know, with his hands, he's trying to put on his gloves. So he wears special gloves for rugby, wheelchair rugby. You know, our fingers get bashed up. So, you know, it's hard to slip our fingers into that glove. So, you know, is there an easier way to put uh, your hand into a glove, a full finger
Yeah.
glove?
Um, I'm wondering, is he familiar with the Active Hands company? There's
I
I
a
think so.
company
Yeah.
called, yeah, I don't know. Do they have something there? They
No, they
have
don't make a rugby
a
gloves.
lot of different.
So
Okay, I think you need to pick
I
one up.
actually have a custom rugby glove design that I've been doing for like a
Ooh.
decade plus. And I've tried to show other quads, and I kind of showed how I did it. But like yeah, I kind of split on the knuckle of the glove. I actually have somebody cut up the palm and then across the knuckles, so the back of the palm can fold away, and I can get my fingers directly into the open like slot, so they're not like I don't have to shove it through the whole palm of the glove. The palm of the glove is out of the way, and I have a zipper on it, so it just zips back. So it just zips the glove closed again with a little Velcro attached at the bottom part, zipper here, and then I tape it. But that's the way I have, and I don't know if I showed Nico at the practice or not, but I will show him this Sunday if anything. But yeah,
There
so
you
I
go.
designed some years ago, and I've tried to tell other people about it, but I don't know that anybody else has made a set like mine.
Well,
Wow, I
and you're
need to see
talking to
that.
someone who used to do professional sewing, Shawn. So you might have to
True.
get together with Carrie, and you know, never know. Here comes a product along the way because it is a pain. I used to get to quad rugby probably an hour before everybody else because I knew like, all right, here comes the gloves. You know, it was always just a pain in the butt to put those on. So, Shawn, you never know.
Maybe
That's right. Prototyping is my specialty.
all right. Well, maybe we'll talk after the show and see. I'll have to show you my design and see what you think.
Yeah, I mean, this is really a great time for bringing new products to market. With social media, it's easy to advertise your product for very little money. It's easy to have your own website and sell via, we use Shopify. It's a great way for you to get your product out there with very little resources. And as I mentioned, we're a family owned company, a woman owned business. We have never had any kind of outside funding. We are still bootstrapped, and we choose to grow slowly and carefully instead of giving away our business. There is always that opportunity to go hard and fast and get into debt a lot, or find, people who want to have a part of your business, but then there's a chance that you will not succeed either. So slow and steady, and I think that's the best way to bring a new product to market. That way you have a chance to test it, to partner with other people, to find out exactly what it is that people need and want, and tweak it. And you have 100% control over that. And that's harder to do once you start getting in investors who have their own ideas, who may not even have the physical challenges we have, and their ideas may not work anyway. So yes, send me your ideas and I can help you with that.
No, that's
Yeah, I
great.
had back in the day after I think it was a couple of years after my injury. You know, they had the simple Velcro where you put the fork in, and you know, it was just a piece of something I didn't want to use. So my dad and I told my dad, and I was looking at people's fingers, and especially wedding rings, and I'm thinking like, okay, a ring. If I had a fork go somehow soldered onto the ring, and you're just putting on the rings and slipping that for the fork, doesn't look like you're using any adaptive equipment. and being young and not thinking about, oh, if I go on a date, I can just use it that way and nobody will ever know. And so we made a few, and people, we made a bunch. I gave them away. Just back then, adaptive stuff wasn't really something that that you saw out there, like the equipment we have today. I mean, half of my room back there is filled with adaptive stuff and items. And we didn't have that 20, 30 years ago. And so, but it is nice to see that I see it now. Somebody has designed that kind of ring, forks with the rings on it. So I am glad for that. It is, and I'm sure there's tons of us out there that have ideas. And uh, what's the best way to get your ideas started?
Yeah. Well, this is, like I said, a great year because, as evidenced by, so we were chosen by Amazon a year and a half ago to be their keynote speaking address and their keynote video at their massive Amazon convention in Washington. They consider EaZy Hold a strategic partner and they love our product. They sent a whole film crew to my little ranch. I had 6 of the kids that I have been working with since they were infants, and now they're like 8, 9 years old. They sent a whole crew to film the kids painting horseshoes with EaZy Hold, riding a horse, playing in the water, eating ice cream on the little ranch. And they loved our adaptive aid so much. They really have been championing at adaptive products on Amazon. They opened up a way more adaptive product spaces for us to come in, small businesses, and sell our products. So that is one indication that the largest seller in the world is recognizing the adaptive product and grip aids and recognizing it as a strategic partner and something that they want to see more of on their platform. I mean, we were so shocked to go to this massive convention, and pictures of us and EaZy Hold work all over the convention center. It was, and this is an adaptive aid. It's a product for people with disabilities, and it was all over, and it was the keynote speaking address video. So that tells us that Amazon is looking for more products, that people are happy about seeing them, that people want to see the challenges that their family, their children, their coworkers are having reflected on the marketplace. They want to see these products in the marketplace. And so this is a great time to explore with friends, reach out to other inventors, reach out to us and say, I have this idea, how do I get started? The way you get started is you have a picture drawn, or you draw a rudimentary picture and you get a provisional patent for just $150, I think it costs. And that protects that one little idea you have. And then you can go out and shop that little idea. You can talk to people who might be able to make you a prototype or have interest in using it or what they think about it. And then with that provisional patent, you have a year to decide whether or not that's something that you want to get a traditional patent, a utility patent for, or a design patent. And so you've got a full year to decide whether you're going to spend that money on a patent. This is the right time to do it because the biggest seller, Amazon, in the world is looking for products.
That's really amazing. That's great to hear for people. Yeah. So yeah, anybody out there that is designing or was thinking about designing something, they wanted to get out. That's really, really great information. So that's really cool. And I know Amazon is leading, like they do even a lot of disability hiring. Like they are very disability like equality
friendly.
They're very friendly. Yeah. So
yeah, and great. If you want to sell your product on Amazon, the coolest thing is, it seems like a major conglomerate, a massive conglomerate, but I have a warm, fuzzy feeling about them. Yes, they do get their percentage, and it's quite high, but I still have a warm, fuzzy feeling. They actually reach out to us all the time. Hey, do you want to do a little video? Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, we're going to Sacramento to talk about disability products or to talk about Amazon. Would you like to come with us? They've actually sent me to Sacramento to talk to their senators and Congress people. They really do have an interest in people with disabilities and challenges and providing products for them. And so, yeah, keep that in mind.
No, that's really, really cool. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome to hear. And that's what, when I searched, because I was like, copying all the links and stuff, and I went to like search you guys to like just copy the link and everything, because I never type the links out because I'll always end up
Make
doing
a mistake.
typo, and it won't come up for people to try to click on. But as soon as I typed it in, yeah, Amazon popped up with like the store. That was like the top one that popped up, and I was like, oh wow, it's like that's cool. I was like, right on, you guys, and I clicked and I checked out the Amazon store and stuff, and I was like, it was cool, impressive. It was cool to see that you guys were all on Amazon and stuff, because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
seeing like that do a lot of shopping on there and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
Yeah, and even companies like Lowe's has an accessible home department. I don't know if everybody knows that, but Lowe's put out they were doing about 2 years ago now, they did a contest called Making It with Lowe's. And they put out an APB for interesting products, new products, all kinds of products from diverse businesses and small businesses, women-owned businesses. So about 1,500 people sent their products in, and they kept narrowing it down and down and down. And then we became top 5. And they were giving a grant out and everything, and the top 5 people, they offered to put them in their stores and on their online website. So we did not make it number 1. Believe it or not, what made it was something called the deer drag.
Deer. Oh,
And
okay.
it's
That's
just
it
what you
sounds
think
like.
it is,
A deer drag. Okay.
which is a handle to make it comfortable to drag home what you're going to eat, I
Sure.
guess. And it's a great product. But when we went through this whole contest, and it was massive, it was like the Academy Awards for contests. And when we didn't get number 1, all of the Lowe's execs were on the phone to us afterwards saying, but we still want your product. We either want it in the store or online. So we said, we don't really want to go retail right now, but we'd love to be in your accessible home department online. So that's kind of a good place to check out too.
That's
Awesome.
really cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome. That is super. That's really great that you're getting some recognition and stuff, because it really is a great product. When I first saw it, I was like, the simplicity of it, and then, but it's like, how did you're a genius, because like nobody like had come up with this like such a simple, basic, awesome thing that you can use for so many different uses. Like there's
Yeah,
literally like almost nothing you can't put it on to make it a little easier. Like even
yeah.
just the silicone rubber grip part of it is a little bit easier for someone like a quad, like that. I'd have the slippery things get very slippery. So even just the fact that it's a little
Hmm.
more tacky on your hand and things, it's really great. So
Hmm.
I've been trying to
You
find more and more ways to use the product. So
You have it exactly right when you're talking about just what it's made of, and I think that is where innovation comes in, because there are very few new things that are completely brand new. When you think about what it takes to be an inventor, they're hard. You can't invent something brand new every minute of every day, but you can innovate, which is taking something old and making it better with the new products that we have or the new resources we have. So every single one of us, especially with our ability to sell online, every single one of us has tools we use every day, or objects we use every day, whether it's we're riding a bike or whether we're writing or drawing. And there's ways in your brain that is saying, oh gosh, I wish it just had, like you mentioned, a little ring to hold my. And now it's quite easy to bring these ideas to life. And there are people to support you to do that, reaching out to your friends, reaching out to like products. And then just saying to yourself, this is a simple product, but I need it. And so I know other people will as well.
That's
no,
amazing.
it is, yeah. That's why I just like talking to you guys, like, because we don't do a lot of like product like stuff on the show, but I just honestly just thought you guys' stuff was super, super cool. It seemed really functional and easy, and like just the most basic like idea that like should have been around before, and everybody's just been using Velcro, weird fabrics, like yeah,
Hmm.
they're awesome.
Hmm.
So I just, and then the fact that you guys are like so inclusive with trying to help other companies grow, trying to like get other products out there, and try like that's what I loved and I'm all about. So that's why I just really wanted to let you guys come on and share your story and like share the product. And there's just, I don't know. I honestly am just really, really excited to try to keep finding stuff I can use them for. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a really incredible journey, and it's made me think about a lot of other products that I'd like to bring to market, and just keep going with this journey. I don't know how long I'll be the CEO of EaZy Hold, but it's also, even though I had a first career for 35 years in the film industry as a costume designer, this is kind of a business I can leave with my kids, and my niece is our social media manager, our community manager, and I hope that she'll be a part of it, and her kids will be a part of it. And yeah, it's a business. You wake up every day and you get videos and emails from people who are using it, and it's a pretty good feeling to know you've left behind something that is making the world more comfortable for people, myself included.
No, that's really, really, really cool. So, anybody else that wants to enter the drawing, also, we are giving away a 5-pack of the EaZy Holds. So, and also Quad Life, I think you ended a second number. You did 23 earlier and 60. So let us know which one you want. You put 2 different numbers in.
We can probably have both, being that he's always here. Quad Life's always
Quad Life
with
is a
him.
very good supporter, and I definitely would like to see it go to a quad or somebody that has some grip impairment. So, oh, hip grip 51. Okay.
Quick
As
question: when ordering like a 5-pack, size, hole size, length size, what is the best way to figure the best sizes to order for you, an individual?
Yep. There are 2 ways to do that. Scroll through all the pictures and all the photos on our website. Find somebody who looks similar to you, what they're using it for. Is it for your hand? Is it for a limb? Is it for a finger? What do you want to hold? And see if you can see that way what color, because the color is an identifier of the size. At this point, if you're seeing something with the navy blue, that is only one size, and you just say, I want the navy blue. So as you can see, the yellow is the smallest all the way to the large green. So that's number one, but you can also go to the website and answer a series of questions. There'll be a pop-up, and you can answer a series of questions that will steer you to the right. And if that doesn't work, we love getting emails, and we answer our contact page back that day or the next day. So we love it. If you want to write and say, hey, I want to hold this object with my hand. I'm a male, 500 pounds, and I'm, 7 feet tall or something like that, or whatever it is, and we'll steer you. And everything's exchangeable, everything's returnable, everything is, you can try whatever you need. I'd also like to mention that if anyone in the chat has resources that they think could also use a pack, if there are, schools or therapy centers that you think could benefit from this, we could send them a sample as well. If there are a favorite therapist that is close to your heart, we can send them a gift on your behalf. So you're welcome to take my email address, Kerry@eazyhold.com. That's KERRY@eazyhold.com. And tell me about your therapist or your special education teacher, and if you think they might need an EaZy Hold, and we'll get one to them.
And you send it out to hospitals and rehabs
Yeah.
so that they can have them on hand and show their patients and get their patients that product. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's your biggest advertiser is, getting it out to the therapist so they can be the end user.
Yep. We are in about 20,000 schools and thousands and thousands of hospitals. We have distributors all over the world. My Paulina and Hunter, my kids and I just received an award from the Global Trade Administration last week. They gave us an award for being woman-owned businesses competing in this massive world against other global trade companies, and they awarded us for the strides we've made this year. So we have distributors in Brazil and Sweden and the UK and Canada and Mexico and all over. So if you have friends that are in these countries, they can purchase from those countries as well. Distributors all over. It's on our website, our distributors list.
That is really cool. That's really great that you guys have such a like a wide band now that you're able to reach, and because that's where it needs to be, is the schools and hospitals. As long
Yep.
as that's where people are able to use them when they need them, like in those times of need, like when you were for any special needs child or anybody going through rehab trying to figure some either a spinal cord injury or another something that's limited their
Yeah.
mobility. It's yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and how long have you guys been out on the market now? I forget what you said when you.
Well, I invented it in 2014. My sisters helped me bring it to market. We've started selling it at about 2016. By that time, we had 2 patents. When we first developed it, I was a costume designer. My other sister is a chef, and my other sister was an early childhood educator, a director of childhood education. And so we designed the product. We learned how to cure, make, mold silicone. We went to a Hollywood mask shop and we learned how to do all of this silicone molding, make prototypes. We made about 1,000 prototypes, and then we had to figure out what to do with them and how to get them in front of doctors and therapists. And while we called therapist's office and doctor's office, and there was no protocol for a chef, a costumer, and a teacher to get in to see them with our product. So going back to the Northridge Hospital, we put our EaZy Holds on a fork, on a spoon, on a toothbrush, and we went into the hallways of Northridge hospitals and hid in the hallways till the therapist would come out for lunch. And we'd jump out at them and say, have you ever seen anything like this? And every single one of the doctors and therapists we jumped out at with our product said, well, I have patients right now who could use them. Yes, please leave them for us. So that's how we started selling or getting the word out to therapists. And then we kind of did the same thing at universities, because the universities are really important, the occupational therapy universities, because that's where our next generation of all of those therapists are coming from. So we did try and reach out to the therapists. It was a little easier at the schools to do that because we could just hand them to the students as we went to the schools and the universities, and they took them to their professors. The kids are so anxious to bring something new, adaptive aids. So handing a student of OT one of your EaZy Hold straps gets her big kudos from her professor if she can bring in. So that's another great tool for any of you adaptive aid designers, or if you come up with something, find those kids that are in school and want to bring it to their teacher's attention. That's a super way. We also found a great way to sort of find out what the wheelhouse was for our product. When we made 1,000 prototypes, we went from kitchen to office to the barn to the garage, put it on every tool we could think of, pliers and hammers and everything. And then we went to the flea market in Ventura. We laid everything out on a table and we just let the whole world walk by and see what EaZy Hold was. We weren't selling them, People were walking by, like a husband and wife would come by and say, ooh, if I put this on my hammer, it wouldn't fall off the roof when I'm putting my Christmas lights on and hit you on the head like it did last week. We had a news reporter come and say, wow, I want to do an article about you. And they did right away. We had a special education teacher from the Agora School District come who said, we have 6 children who could use these right now. We'd like to be your testing children. And this is a product we just have laying on the table that we just invented. And here is a special education teacher saying, can these kids be your first test bunnies, please? And those kids are still buying our product, 8 years later, 9 years later, still using us. And we're still using them for videos. And they still love to come and, have play dates at my ranch. And then other people came by, therapists, doctors, teachers, everybody came by, and everyone seemed to have a use for it. I think people are wanting to live longer, stay active. As you mentioned, you want to continue working out and your thumbs give out. Well, I don't think people realize why it is they've stopped painting. Why did they stop crocheting? Why do they stop doing the things they love when they get older? It's because it hurts a little bit. And I don't even think they recognize it. So it's just like, oh, it's not fun anymore, but it just hurts. So if you can instead, put that paintbrush or that tool, that crayon, whatever it is, on an EaZy hold, you don't have to grip, and you can paint for a whole lot longer, and it's not painful. Or you can crochet or sew or work on your cars. I mean, if you like to work on automobiles and you have small tools, gripping tools, that's really hard to do. Or if you're in outer space and they keep floating away.
There's so many scenarios you
Oh,
definitely.
wow.
Or on a boat, if they're on a boat and they're dropping to the bottom all the time.
No, that's really awesome. And I was even thinking, I was like, oh yeah, because like watching you hold that, I was like, even my mom has pretty bad rheumatoid arthritis. Like, she could probably use those for a few things that around the house and stuff. So maybe I have to.
You betcha.
But all right, so I think we're getting close. We are about the end of the hour now. I was gonna do like a random number generator, but my beautiful wife was nice enough to write everybody's name and number down on a little piece of paper, and we have them in a hat already, ready to go right here. So if there's any last minute, I'll give you guys like 1 minute. I'll do the sponsors thanks. If you guys have any last picks, we'll try to get a last couple ones in here. But real quick, before we do the drawing, let's go ahead and, oops, I gotta scroll down for banners there now. There we go. Thank our sponsors, Mobility Professionals and Urology Professionals. Mobility Professionals is a DME company, so if you are looking for a wheelchair, scooters, standing frame, commode, any type of mobility device like that, and you're in the Southern California area, please reach out and give them a call. They are great company, great people, great customer service, and they are very active and involved in the local community, so they volunteer all the time at Triumph events, besides also sponsoring us. And Urology Professionals is their sister company. So if you need urological supplies, any catheters, and that's nationwide, anywhere in the US, you can order your catheter supplies. So make sure to reach out to them. Information is down below in the description. And yeah, we really appreciate our sponsors. So thank you, Mobility Professionals and Urology Professionals. And all right, do we have any last? Oh, Leah's on it. She's checking on.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
We're getting the last ones in here.
I also want to go through the show. Don't forget.
I'll go.
Unfortunately, I can do it. Okay. Tom wasn't able to join us today. He was at an MRI and he was hoping to get back, but you can check him out. Gaming with Fizzle every Wednesday. That's at 5:00. Check him out. I know he's got a pretty big group gaming away. So go in, and not only does he game, but you can just hang out, chat, and ask questions. Tom's pretty open, and he's like an open book.
He loves to play too. So if you want to join, I actually have our young friend Thomas that I played over the line with. I just saw him. He's on summer break. He wants to start gaming with Tom. So make sure. I don't know if he's watching or not, but if him and his mom are watching, we appreciate you guys. All right, and this week, Bobby, go ahead and do your show.
Yeah, we're on. It's rolling over the hill with us aging there in that process. Carrie, we might have to have you on later down the road and feature your product one more time. But this week we got, being that Shawn and Tom, we thought like they're getting up there in age. And so we thought let's hit the middle ground and find out how their journey's going, even though it's been 20 and 24. I think Tom's about 24 years.
Yeah, 25 years, I think, 24.
25, yeah. So we're going to have a discussion with them. So check us out this Thursday. That's at 3:00. And then on Monday, we got Sarab and Gaming with Sarab.
Actually, this week he is still dealing with some health issues. He's off this week. But the following Monday, he will be back with another live stream. And I think Tom just got back from his MRI. So he called in right now. I'm just going to add him for a quick second here. Carrie, you can say hi and welcome, and then we'll do the drawing live on the in here right now in a second. Let me just switch this to, whoops, and there we go.
Come on.
Hey,
we already did sponsors and show thanks and stuff.
I was watching live. I just wanted to pop on and say hi to everybody and show my face. I want to apologize to our guest. I've been watching you talk about the EaZy Hand for an hour, and it seems really great, and I'm super excited to hopefully give it a try sometime here in the near future, so I could give my honest testimonial on it too. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate you sharing and hanging out with us.
I really appreciate the opportunity. You have a great bunch of watchers here. I've been enjoying all of their comments. Thank you so much for your comments and ideas. And anybody that wants to reach out to me again, I'd love to chat more. And great to meet you, Tom.
Great to meet you too. And yes, we do have a great family here. Everybody in our chat, you guys are the best. Speaking of great people, Daryl and Darren, great to see you. Hey, Leon, and everybody else.
All right, guys. I'm flipping through this little hat with my quad hand, so let's see what happens. What I pull out of here. Trying not to look down in there. Oh, all right, I got one. See what we got.
My number is 36, so just say that.
My number is 69.
Somebody already picked 69.
Yeah, you're late. You're late.
My next number is 4.
We got 61, which was the Proud Native. I forget your full screen name, but hopefully you're still in the chat. Let me find. There he is.
Proud Native, proud parent to a warrior with cerebral palsy. So perfect.
Yep. There we go. That's the one. That's who won. Proud Native 61 was the number we drew. So I'm gonna put my email in the chat right now, and you can email me, and I will get the ad. You can send me your address, and then I will forward that to Carrie, and or you can send it directly to Carrie. She did put her email in there.
Yeah. I would love it if you wanted to get in touch with me directly, Carrie@EaZyHold.com, Kerry. And that way I can find out a little bit more about you, about the sizes you might need, and then get your email address so that we can keep in touch.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. And like I got mine through a donation from the Triumph. So like that's how I got mine at the Christmas party last year. And I didn't try them right away. And then like this whole last year though, I've been really like, oh, these are actually really cool. I've started trying them more and more. And since the sports festival and talking to you guys, I've been really trying to like figure out anything I can use them for and stuff. So they're awesome products. And I'm gonna share also social media sometime soon here. It's Darren's caretaker actually. So Darren, if you can get her the information then, or
just email Shawn on her behalf too.
Or if you have her address or any where we can send that, or if you want to get in contact with Carrie directly, it was Carrie@EaZyHold.com. I have it in the chat as well. Oh, they commented. They're there. So okay, cool, awesome. Congratulations, and thank you, Carrie, for doing that too. It's really cool to be able to donate a little fun, raffle giveaway on the show.
Daryl and Darren are great friends of the show.
Yes.
They have been for years now. So I'm really happy that it's going to some great people who I'm sure can certainly use it.
So yeah, congratulations, and we will get you that very soon here. And if you do want something custom, like Carrie said, that will best fit your needs, make sure to reach out and get you some good products. Awesome. So thank you guys for watching and joining. Carrie, we really appreciate you coming on, telling your story.
Absolutely.
Love the product. So
sorry again for being late, everybody. I'm glad I was able to at least show my face for a second. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you miss me, make sure to come and hang around. I'll for sure be gaming tomorrow. So come and join us.
Join the game.
Thank you so much. Live to roll.
We're going to game all night. Thank you.
All right,
thanks, Carrie.
We'll see you guys next week. And make sure to tune in to Tom's Gaming tomorrow. Live to roll, everybody.